Hey, what's going on, everybody? Happy Friday. Hopefully, we all had a wonderful work week and we're getting ready for the weekend. Today was a really nice day for a lot of folks here in the East. I know here where I live in upstate South Carolina, it really couldn't get much better for this time of the year because honestly, we're getting to that time of the year where we really get into really kind of just muggy, not so nice weather. But today was sunny, it was beautiful, it wasn't nearly as hazy, and the dew points were really quite low, only getting up really into the 50s. So it was a really nice day to be out and about. So that's one of the reasons that this video is coming out so late is I was out all day away from my computer. So I do apologize for this being a late video, but nonetheless, it is a video. So yeah, again though, there are things we do have to get ready for this week, including some severe weather that's already firing up out into the plains, and that is going to lead to likely rounds of severe weather this coming week for a lot of folks here in the East, and we're definitely going to discuss who I think has the highest probability of that, and also the return of some rain chances for some of you folks who have not really seen much. I know a lot of my folks watching in kind of Kentucky, West Virginia, and that part of the country have been wondering where the rain has been, and I'll tell you, it's on the way. You're just going to have to give it a couple more days. So that'll really be the main focus of today's video. Also, quick reminder here at the beginning, no video tomorrow because it is Saturday, and we're taking Saturdays off before I will be back on Sunday morning for a morning video, and then, I don't know what time of the day my videos will be out next week. I'll just have to check my work schedule, which I have yet to do, so I'll let you know on Sunday what next week's schedule will look like. I think that's all the announcements. I think we can go ahead and start talking about the weather now. So again, this is that kind of Goldilocks zone I was talking about in yesterday's video. Look at this big area of really nice clear blue skies anywhere from Wisconsin all the way down to Georgia and the Carolinas this afternoon. Seeing really nice weather. A little bit of a different story down here into Florida and other sections of the southeast where that cold front is still pushing on through, as well as where this low pressure is still spinning away in the northeast, bringing some showers and clouds. So again, kind of between that cold front and that low pressure, really nice weather. But for the rest of you where kind of that cold front is still setting up shop here, where you see these thunderstorms developing this evening, still dealing with some of that. Now, as we look at radar, this depicts that very well. You can spot that cold front pretty easily on radar here. We have this big kind of swath of scattered and even widespread showers and storms this afternoon, as well as still those showers up into the northeast as well today. So again, you folks still dealing with that. Also still some air quality alerts out there. So not by any means healthy air, but definitely better than it was maybe just a couple days ago. But still the entire state of New Jersey and Pennsylvania, as well as Delaware, under those air quality alerts, and as well as all of Manhattan, all the way down through Jersey City, Philadelphia, and back towards the DC and Baltimore areas as well. And then even some air quality alerts in Atlanta and Charlotte, as well as Raleigh, Durham, and Greensboro, as well as Nashville even. So again, a lot of major populated areas still under those air quality alerts, but not quite as bad as it was earlier this week. So that is some good news there. Now again, as we go into this weekend and into early next week, those severe weather chances will begin to rise again. And tomorrow we even have an enhanced risk out here for kind of the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and that extends even back over towards kind of the Arklatex region there, and even into Texarkana, as well as the Shreveport area, looking out for some strong storms tomorrow. But really anywhere in kind of this dark green circle has that chance of strong to severe storms tomorrow, with the main threats being really strong straight line winds and some hail, but also can't rule out a couple tornadoes as well, definitely possible in this area tomorrow. Now, as we bring this into Sunday, that area shifts further to the east. So again, these places that haven't seen that much severe weather the past couple weeks, getting back into that conversation from Nashville back down towards Memphis, Jackson, Mississippi, Birmingham, Huntsville, Dalton, Georgia even, and as far east as Knoxville and Lexington, Kentucky, under the threat for some of those stronger storms for our Sunday. And I would expect another threat area into the mid-Atlantic on Monday. We'll probably just have to wait till tomorrow, though, to get that outlook. So we'll talk about that on Sunday, and I'll make sure to keep you updated there. Now, taking a look here at future radar, we'll bring this into tomorrow afternoon, and you'll notice once we get into, actually, let me bring this back a little bit. Starting really tomorrow morning, we're going to have a really strong line of storms here in Oklahoma, and that is going to push into some of that enhanced risk area that we talked about for tomorrow, and that is what could really cause some big-time storms that, are going to bring some really strong winds with them. And I think that'll be the main threat with this, but, can't rule out those other severe weather threats as well. So, again, really watching where that line of storm sets up tomorrow and where it goes, but obviously where that enhanced risk is has the highest chance of seeing those strong storms. Now, eventually that will die out tomorrow night before we get into our Sunday afternoon, and again we're going to get another flare up of storms here. And what's going to be important is the kind of track of this low pressure. We're going to get a pretty serious boundary to set up here along that low pressure, and this is going to be here for a while through next week, and this is what is going to allow rounds of low pressure to kind of cross this boundary next week, and with it bringing multiple rounds of rain as well as severe weather chances. So Sunday afternoon, this is the NAM. It shows, strong storms anywhere from the upstate of South Carolina to as far north as, Kentucky and kind of the Ohio River Valley. So anywhere kind of in between here has the chance of some pop-up storms on Sunday afternoon that could become strong to severe before we really get into Sunday evening, and we could get a really big timeline of strong storms here, and that could really track quite far east Sunday night as well as into our Monday morning. Now, this is as far out as this model goes, but again, Monday afternoon, I would expect another big-time area of severe storms into the mid-Atlantic. So this will be a big-time story to talk about during Sunday's video, is this line of storms that is going to really bring quite a rude awakening to a lot of folks who have hit, kind of really nice weather recently and might get quite caught off guard by this. So I'll definitely make sure to keep you updated Sunday morning on that threat. Now, moving this ahead again into early next week, the threat doesn't end Monday afternoon here. As you can see on our Euro model that I'm showing, we've got a very strong low pressure up into the Great Lakes with a pretty strong cold front sweeping down behind that, and with it triggering some strong to severe storms in front of it into the mid-Atlantic on Monday. So places like Charlotte, Raleigh, Virginia Beach, Fayetteville, a lot of these cities even up towards D.C. and Pittsburgh could be dealing with very strong storms on Monday afternoon, and we'll definitely want to keep an eye out on that before that sweeps on through. And we have a really nice Tuesday in store and potentially Wednesday, but I think Wednesday is whenever the fun kind of gets spoiled again. You might remember me talking about just a minute ago this boundary that's likely going to set up kind of along the Ohio River. Well, watch as we go through next week what happens. We'll move this back a little bit towards kind of the Sunday time frame. Again, you'll notice here's one low pressure right here on this boundary, and watch what happens after that low pressure. Let me draw the line here again. That low pressure sweeps on through that boundary area. We clear out a little bit and have a day or so of nicer weather, and then what happens, we get another area of kind of storms and low pressure to continue to ride along this boundary. So anywhere south of this is going to have a chance of some pretty widespread rain through much of next week, as well as severe storms as well. And the models indicate this could become quite a pattern that locks in for a little bit of time, so definitely going to be watching that. And looking at this on the dew point map, this shows it very well. Again, comfortable air right now before that unstable air returns this weekend in front of that cold front. After that cold front sweeps through, again, next Tuesday, it looks like a quite nice day again, with another one of those kind of Goldilocks zones that we had today before that boundary sets up, and we get very muggy weather for a while south of the Ohio River, as well as the chance of some stronger storms with that, and can't rule out any kind of severe weather at all with that. And you'll notice again, really for the last 4 or 5 days of this forecast, it really just stays right there with a very stubborn pattern locked into place. So again, I apologize, this video might have been a little late today, but better late than never, I guess is the saying. Also, if there's any questions I didn't answer, feel free to ask me, and I'll definitely do my best to answer those. And then, of course, just to remind you again, no video tomorrow, but we will be back on Sunday for a pretty important video as we talk about some severe weather. With all that said, though, I hope you have a great start to your weekend tomorrow, and I will see you all on Sunday.